Oh, hi. I'm coming to you live and in person. Well, at least I'm in person at any rate. When you see this, it's probably going to be a recording from here at Western. You can see our blackboard or whiteboard back there. Shows you how old I am when I automatically call them blackboards. I like blackboards. I like chalk. I don't know. I'm old-fashioned that way, although I love computer technology. So there you go. Anyway, I want to talk with you about unit number 9. And we're going to start in unit number 9 on Monday, which is December the 3rd. So let's start by sharing my screen with you. And I'm going to put this down. And so I'm in the Blackboard page, and I'm sure you guys all recognize this. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all units you've completed already, and now we're down to unit number 9. And unit 9 was called Ethics, and it runs from December 3rd to the 16th. But now the unit has 2 sections. And that's a decision I made last week after going over your papers. And I thought maybe I should split this unit into 2 so that we have time to talk with each other. And I'm looking forward to talking with each team this week. I sent you an email to that effect early last week. And I think it would be really helpful for us to talk with your team and me, and potentially Brooke as well, so that we have a really good idea of how the stuff that you guys did in the individual differences and motivation unit, as well as the teams unit, relates to your final proposal. So section 1 here is going to run from December the 3rd to December the 9th, which is this coming Monday, tomorrow, through to next Sunday. Then we're going to have section 2, which runs from December 10 to 16. And section 2 is simply the original ethics material that we were going to do in this unit, but I've compressed it a little bit to take into account that we're only going to be having 1 week to look at it. So back to section 1, which is what I want to talk with you about today. I'll talk more about section 2 later, but let's leave that alone for the moment. What I want to do with you is talk with you about the papers you've submitted. They're perfectly fine, as you can see from the grades I gave you, and I'd like to dig into them a little bit more. So let me go into unit number 9 here, the ethics, and you'll see section 1 and section 2, and well, actually you'll see up above here this little video that I'm making. And we're going to go into section 1, and here's the overview, the readings I want you to do, the lecture and engagement, and the unit assignment. Please note, this is important, there is no unit assignment for this section. So this week, December the 3rd through to the 9th, you don't have anything to submit. Your main task this week is to set up a meeting time with me so that we can talk about your 2 proposals that you put in, or your 2 submissions that you put in from the individual differences, decision-making and motivation unit, as well as the team unit. And as I'm writing here, the point of the discussion is to ensure you have a clear idea of how your submissions will relate to the final proposal. I want to make sure that there's zero confusion if we can get there. Although a friend of mine once said, if you're not confused, you're not really trying, but he was a philosopher, so maybe we shouldn't go there. And the final piece is, what do you need to do to prepare for this week? I want you to go back over and read your team submission for both of the units. And please make sure you do this, all right? Because it's been a couple of weeks since you submitted them. So I really want you to reread this material so that you'll be back up on to speed on what you submitted, so that our discussion will be a much stronger one. And finally, to facilitate the discussion, I want you to imagine yourself to be the CEO of a company, and this proposal was aimed at that CEO. And so let's try that again. I don't want to have to edit this. To facilitate the discussion, imagine yourself to be the CEO of the company the proposal is aimed at, and that you just received this report on your desk. So the submission that your team gave to me, I want you to treat it like a submission that was put on your desk, and you're the CEO of a company. And how would you react to it? What would you like? And what would you dislike? If you want to make some notes, that's perfectly fine. Bring your notes to the meeting. But that's the perspective I'd like you to bring after having read your submissions when you go to the meeting. So let me go over this one more time to make sure it's absolutely clear. To facilitate our discussion, I want to imagine yourself to be the CEO of the company the proposal is aimed at, and that you just received the report on your desk, the one for the individual decision making and motivation unit, and the other one about the teams. And I want you to ask yourself, how would you react to that? What would you like? And what would you dislike about the proposal? And that's what I'd like to talk with you guys about. So there you go. I'm looking forward to talking with all of you this coming week. And I hope you're having great success in your other courses. Bye, all. Whoops, there we go. Bye, all.